Next on All Access.
Every department is going to touch the players, none more so than the coaching staff.
Excited to have Josh back. Obviously, I have a great relationship with him.
They say here at the Senior Bowl, the draft starts in Mobile.
These opportunities are great because it's our first chance to really kind of rub elbows with the prospects.
Flag guarding, I like that word.
What's the flag guard?
Hey, what's the flag? He's flag guarding. How you doing over there, brother? Having fun, man?
4 Gatorades, 2 hot dogs.
They got hot dogs over there?
With the games now over, the NFL offseason is about to heat up. Hello and welcome to Patriots All Access presented by GEICO. I'm Dan Roach, subbing for Steve Burton. It's been a little more than a month since the hiring of Mike Vrabel, who during that time has been very busy in putting his stamp on the Patriots in preparation for the 2025 season. While all may seem quiet here at Gillette Stadium, it's been anything but that since Mike Vrabel was named head coach in early January. Priority number one, putting together a coaching staff.
It's critically important, but every department is going to touch the players, none more so than the coaching staff.
The hirings began with a familiar name, Josh McDaniels, who returns for his third stint as offensive coordinator.
You can't stay the same. You can't just do what you've done in the past. There's a lot of things that will be different going forward. I'm excited about, what we're going to build here.
As for the players, one veteran seems quite happy.
Excited to have Josh back. Obviously, I have a great relationship with him. Had a lot of success with him. Really believe in a lot of stuff he does.
On defense, Vrabel turned to a familiar face in Terrell Williams, who was with Vrabel for 6 years while Mike was head coach in Tennessee.
We got to figure out who we have first as players, and then we'll kind of build everything around those players.
One of the coaches retained by Vrabel is special teams coordinator Jeremy Springer. The Pats special teams units improved last season in his first year at the helm.
So Coach Vrabel to bring me back on is something I don't take lightly, and I'm very excited to be a part of his vision, his plan for this organization and moving forward.
And finally, Matthew Slater is not returning to the Patriots. Slater has been with the Pats since 2008.
I'm a dad and a husband, and that's what's right for me right now. That's what I'm most excited about doing. I've put that on hold for a lot of years, and that's what I'm going to do in the near future. I've had a tremendous experience as a Patriot. They've been nothing but good to me. They allowed me to live out my childhood dream, and I'm very thankful for that.
And we're joined now by Mike Reese and Paul Perillo here in the Bob's Discount Furniture Studios. Gentlemen, let's get right to it. Let's begin with offense. Is Josh McDaniels, in your eyes, Paul, the right man for this job in this situation?
So I think that there's a lot of different ways they could have gone. I love the fact that Josh McDaniels is a guy who I think, Mike, has a chance to work with a quarterback that he's really not had before. He had Cam Newton when he was a runner, but not really still a dual threat guy. Drake Maye, in my view, is truly a dual threat guy. I'm excited to see McDaniels work with that kind of a piece.
And he spent a lot of time in his year off from coaching getting to know some of the concepts to try to integrate those into his system. So I'm curious to see how that all comes together for him.
It's going to be fun. Let's talk defense now. Mike, Terrell Williams and that defense, what are we going to see? I think we have a chance to see something we haven't seen in 20 years around here, all through the whole Belichick years, including last year.
Yeah, when I think of the Belichick defense, Dan, and even the Gerard Mayo defense, it's more read and react, a little more, I don't want to say passive, Paul, but play the run first and then get after it. I believe in this defense, they're going to get right up the field, and to me, that's a real exciting change to try to affect the quarterback.
Yeah, one guy in particular, knock on wood, if he's available, is Christian Barmore, that I think of with this kind of attacking defense. So long we've heard two-gap and things like that. Mike's talking about the read and react. You don't have to worry about that, I don't think, in this system, and I think a guy like Barmore could really benefit from that aggressiveness.
Sounds like a lot like a head coach when it comes to the way they're going to play defense, which is going to be fun to see. All right, much more to come here with these two gentlemen. Stay with us. Patriots All Access will continue in just a few minutes.
Coming up on All Access.
Behind the scenes and on the road with the Patriots as they view the last live football before the Combine.
And now we get to see them not only participate on the field, to see body language, who's got some energy. We love guys that compete.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. And by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots.
Earlier this month, the Patriots announced their 2025 coaching staff, including the head coach. Mike Vrabel assembled a staff of 27 coaches, which has a combined 234 years of NFL experience.
Welcome back to All Access, presented by GEICO. Virtually the entire NFL will descend on Indianapolis next week for the annual Scouting Combine, an event some have dubbed the Underwear Olympics. If you prefer your football played in pads, then the College All-Star Games in late January was the last chance to see draft-eligible players in their element. We went behind the scenes with the Patriots decision makers for a peek into the scouting process.
Well, the All-Star Game is really the last opportunity for us to see the players in a real football setting, like compete in a one-on-one setting, maybe get an exposure to see them in a different position than what they played in college, so we can properly evaluate their versatility and ability to handle multiple spots. And really, you know, the small school level or whatever the system is that they came from, see them in a more pro-style system. So it's really trying to polish up our eval on basically what we gathered in the fall.
Practice number 1 getting set to roll here from the campus's South Alabama Hancock Whitney Stadium, and we are fired up to be back here, as they say here at the Senior Bowl. The draft starts in Mobile.
These opportunities are great because it's our first chance to really kind of rub elbows with the prospects. And now we get to see them not only participate on the field, to see body language, who's got some energy. We love guys that compete.
Really some special stories and special people that I enjoy getting to know, have a vision for as a coach and as an organization.
You know, I like to get on the field early and try to get the body types of the players, and then eventually, once the team periods start, get up top and really try to focus in on some of the things that you can't see on film. So like, when the one-on-ones are going on one side, I'll like to watch 7-on-7 because you can kind of get more out of that, and then you can watch 7-on-1s on film.
You know, working now with Elliot and his staff and making sure that this process here, player evaluation, is also something that's important as well.
The biggest brands of college football come to compete under the watchful eye of the NFL talent evaluation community. It is one of the crown jewels of the draft process.
But also in the evening time when you've got the interview sessions and you get the opportunity to get to know them as people, and let's create touch points. This is maybe the first one. We'll have more through the spring, but it's really cool to finally be able to get to know who these players are behind the helmet, so to speak.
Develop sort of a game plan for each player and what we're trying to glean from the information we get from them here.
But it's about just a quick interview, a fit, a personality, things that they said, and then, you know, evaluating them on practice and then going back and seeing what they did in the season. You know, but we got to make sure that we're bringing in great people, that we believe in the people, that we trust in the people, and that the ability also matches, you know, how the level of trust that we have in the players and people that we bring in.
Here, NFL Honors, Super Bowl weekend in New Orleans. Nominated finalist for
comeback player of the year. It's pretty cool to be in the 5 of us. I mean, it was one of my goals going into this year after getting hurt my rookie year. So to be named finalist was pretty nice. That was my goal. I wrote in my journal, be in the voting for comeback player of the year. I'm invited to the NFL honors because I was a nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year for the New England Patriots. It's an honor to be nominated. The things that we do on the field is one thing, but to be recognized, the things that you do off the field is a whole different level.
Please welcome this year's 32 nominees for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award.
Deion Dawkins said, one guy wins the trophy, but we are all winners in our community. And I think that was so powerful. The real award is the impact that you have on the community, people that you touch, the lives that you reach.
Just one player from the Patriots represented the team in the annual Pro Bowl competition held in Orlando earlier this month. That player was Drake Maye.
Welcome to the 2025 Pro Bowl games down here in Orlando.
I've really enjoyed following Drake, got to know him. He came last summer to our football camp. You can tell he's a natural leader. He's got a lot of pride, and I think that's what New England fans want to have as a quarterback who's a great competitor.
Oh yeah, B-Rock. Find 8-9, baby. Find him. Find him.
Finds Bowers on first down.
See B-Rock play. First play, B-Rock's open. Flag guarding. I like that word.
What's the flag guard?
Hey, watch the flag. He's flag guarding. How you doing over there, brother? Having fun, man?
4 Gatorades, 2 hot dogs.
He got hot dogs over there?
Hot water.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. And once your hands get a little bigger, you'll slide down a little bit, you know? I like that. We starting about now? We got something else?
We got a ball, right?
Drake Maye, the rookie, making his Pro Bowl debut.
What did he? What's that?
This is 6.
Drake. Hey, the clock ain't stopping for anything because they're behind. So if we score, let's kill the celebration, go for 2, same deal, get off.
Hey, get to the end zone. Hey, end zone, Nico, end zone. What did he? What's that?
Gotta get rid of it. Gotta get rid of it. Gotta get rid of it. Who's got him? He let him out.
Let's go, D. Nice catch, baby. Nice catch, BT. I can just chill. I threw 3 tuds.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots. And by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access here at the Bob Discount Furniture Studios. We continue with Mike Reese, Paul Perillo, and gentlemen, a lot coming in. We got the NFL Combine starting next week. In the meantime, we also have the franchise tag period getting underway and then free agency. I think if you look at the Patriots, every fan out there is like, look at how much money they have to spend. Are they going to spend some money in this offseason?
I think they have to. They have to spend some of this money. This, I think, was the plan, Mike, because they sort of took care of their own house last year, right? They re-signed a lot of guys, gave some extensions out, but carried over significant cap dollars to this season. I think it's time to be aggressive. Now, I don't know exactly which direction that means, and I don't know how many guys that means, Danny, but they have to be aggressive.
I'm thinking selectively aggressive. You know, get a couple targets and positions that you can address right now and say, okay, if we get this guy, we know we have a starter at this position, and it gives you more flexibility in the draft, you know, come late April. So I think that, to me, you got the money. You don't want to be careless with it. You know, just because you have it doesn't mean you go blow it. You know, just like we would tell our kids, right? Like, you make a good purchase here, but selectively aggressive with some good players out there to be had.
I feel like he says that every day to his kids, not just once in a while, too. Let's talk about, you know, the sexy thing is wide receiver. Everybody wants a number one wide receiver. Realistically, what do you think that this Patriots team can do?
So I think that's one sort of shiny object that they might be interested in, that they should be interested in. You know, whether it's T. Higgins or, you know, Devontae Adams is a guy that sort of intrigues me a little bit, Chris Godwin. So I think there are some veterans out there that you could do what Mike just talked about. You can plug one of those guys in and say, okay, we have at least one piece here that we feel good about.
Can I throw Stephon Diggs in there too? I don't know why. I don't know if it'd even be a great fit. Just love watching him play, you know, against the Patriots all these years.
Yeah.
And so to me,
Been a
he's
good
another
player
guy
for a long time.
And just to add on the T. Higgins, like, you know, the Bengals, reading the tea leaves, I had that one teed up here on this one. Oh, see how I did that twice?
It's really creative, Mike. Oh, thank you.
It looks like they're probably going to tag him, especially with the pressure that Burrow is putting on them. So if that takes him out of the mix, to me, you know, that would be the perfect one. And I would say, go, spend a little more if T. Higgins is available. But if he's not, then I think it gets into some of the other stuff.
And I think it goes into the matchup also of, like, how does Vrabel, the name, McDaniels, Maye, how do they look at who's a good fit for that wide receiver position amongst those three coaches, two coaches, and Drake Maye?
Yeah, and that's important, too, because you don't know exactly the kinds of players. I mean, you can look at A.J. Brown with Mike Vrabel in their history and how much he liked him, and maybe say that kind of receiver sort of is attractive to Vrabel, you know, along those lines.
And I don't know if I would do this if I was in the Patriots position, but you got Deebo Samuel had been given permission to, you know, seek a trade, Cooper Kupp with the Rams. You know, do you consider those type of guys in this conversation?
And, you know, let's end it with, all right, besides the wide receivers, Dan, I really like this player. I think he fits this Patriots team
He
so
just
nicely.
loves to needle me.
Can we go, Mike? What are we thinking when it comes to that wide receiver position?
So if it's not wide receiver, I mean, I think there is some intriguing veterans. I mean, I think you got to look at the offensive line, Mike. If there's a Ronnie Stanley or an Alaric Jackson, those kinds of guys at tackle, I think you have to look long and hard at that. I'm going to throw one out there that haven't really gotten a lot of attention. Linebacker from San Francisco, Dre Greenlaw. Been a really good player for a long time, coming off some significant injuries. You might be able to get him on one of those one-year deals. You know, maybe get a Zach Bond kind of a situation that the Eagles did. Take a one-year flyer on a guy. Dre Greenlaw, really good player.
Some great names. The Ronnie Stanley one stands out to me. Just a veteran left tackle coming off a year he played every game for the Ravens. Has been around. Was a first-round pick, a top 10 pick. You know, maybe that's a guy. So when we talk about selectively aggressive, that if you can plug in and get your left tackle squared away before the draft, that could really help you.
I think everyone's excited for that. We got a different March Madness coming our way, right? Very cool stuff. Thanks, gentlemen. Mike, always a pleasure to be with you. Paulie, you too.
I like how he tailors everything to you. I'm not gonna lie. Steve doesn't do that.
Lots of good off-season football still ahead. Stay with us for that. We've got you covered right here. Thanks for joining us here on Patriots All Access. Have a great week, everybody.